Hello, everyone. This is High Priestess Jamila. Hi. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right, let me get my phone plugged in because somehow during my processes here, my phone needs to be um, plugged in so that it can start charging back up. All right. Give me a second. All right. So this might piss some people off and this may inspire some people. Pretty sure it's going to be some folks out there that are not going to be happy with this discussion. But I wanted to talk about how lazy people, I didn't want to put it in the title, actually, what I'm talking about. But we basically going to talk about them hoes. Okay. We're going to talk about the hoes right now. And not just female, male, and how they can have a negative effect and throw everything off. And I don't want people to think that I'm putting anybody down, but there are some people that are different and they just don't need to commingle together. Okay. And wanted to talk about that. So a person that is lazy, that has a lot of creative blocks, obvious creative blocks, that person um, is going to affect you if you are near them or are connected to them. That's why I said, whenever you are dealing with certain people, their energy, they're trying to send their energy. And this is how you can end up either being crossed up or just filled with bad energy because people are sending bad energy. Bad energy can be exchanged through a simple phone conversation. Okay. And so, in particular, when you have um, females or women that feel that they cannot survive without selling their body, okay, without selling some cooch or some booty or some head, okay, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people hate me. Okay, that's why I am hated, because I have survived as an actual business owner for several years without giving out sexual favors to anybody. Okay, at the end of the day, no matter how they try to spin it, this type of human behavior tears the body down, which, since the mind, the body, and the spirit are connected, if your body is being broke down, tore down, then your mind is going to be getting broke down and tore down. And then your spirit is going to get broke down and torn down. And if those people would have been patient to begin with, patient, faithful to themselves, had faith in themselves, they would have had a more stable foundation. They would have had a more stable foundation. That's why when they get to talking their crap, you know, they always trying to call you a hoe. Okay? It's the truth. And I've even had them try to compare what I do for a living as selling myself. That's because somebody done kicked some kind of game to them and told them it's the same thing. No, it is not the same thing for me to sell spells and rituals as laying down in a bed, having some man, having various multiple men have sex with me. It is not the same as me being a successful business owner selling spells and rituals to people. It is a totally different thing altogether. And believe it or not, Marie Laveau had this issue with her own community because prostitution and pimping during the days of slavery was one of the ways by which Black people had to survive. And Marie Laveau was different. That's why a lot of people loved Marie Laveau, but a lot of people despised her, her own people, because Marie Laveau didn't sell it. She didn't sell it. Marie Laveau was an extremely powerful witch, okay, that did spells and rituals for people and was very successful at it. In fact, back during her heyday, a lot of her own people were jealous of her simply because she married a white man. Now, the reason why she married white is because back then things were different. If you know, back then, if you married white, you were considered to be free. You see what I'm saying? So, and she was born a free slave. She was born a free slave during a time when they were still selling slaves. So there's a huge love-hate relationship with Marie Laveau. And I've been saying I'm gonna come and talk about this. But anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. I earned my keep, and I gotta go soon because I got an appointment with a client. But I wanted to get y'all this message. I earned my keep every single moon cycle by doing spells and rituals and readings and divination for people. Not once have I ever had to sell my sex to anybody, and people hate me for that. And they cannot stand it because guess what? Let me tell you what ended up happening. Now, when it comes to prostitution and pimping and selling dope, this is supposed to be the most easiest thing you're supposed to do. That's supposed to be easy money, right? That's supposed to be easy money. Well, it ain't easy money. Selling dope, let's talk about that real quick. You have a huge risk of being caught, so it's not very stable. And then also you have a huge risk of being murdered, robbed, okay? Which means that it's very unstable, okay? Because I've had clients that have been in that, you know what I'm saying, in that lifestyle. When it comes to selling your tail, it's not stable. And the reason why it is not stable is because you are tearing yourself down completely. Okay. Hey, Jen. Now, everybody has a choice to do whatever they want to do. So basically, have you ever in your life heard of a person needing to do spell work if they are a prostitute or a sex worker? Why would they need to do spell work to draw in clients? The reason why they have to do spell work is because typically when you think about that lifestyle, when you think about somebody that's actually trying to buy sex, this is going to be a person that possibly is diseased. They possibly have a lot of mental issues. They may have spiritual issues, and they not going to really have that much money. So what they did was they sat down and they decided. They said, well, we're going to do some spell work because we want wealthier clients. And a lot of these wealthy men and women, they not stupid. They want to keep their wealth. So what they do is they don't do that. Well, guess what? That's why you got women in your man's inbox, all up in their face. They doing it online. You got people online that go from inbox to inbox begging for money, and particularly women. And this is so embarrassing. So whenever one of these lower vibrational skanks show up, it tends to throw everything out balance. I was in my bed getting ready to go to sleep, and one of them popped up. I had to come down here and do a damn black salt on her ass. She just pop up, you know, and they always got to create some kind of drama or trauma bond with a man, especially if they know he got some money and is sick. And see, if you are a woman like myself, okay, that would never compromise yourself. Okay, having one man that, you know, that might pay your bills, that ain't considered no hoe. You remember when, see, you know how like when they say married women or women that have a man, they try to start that rumor to where, well, marriage ain't nothing but legal prostitution. Who do y'all think started that? No, it ain't. Marriage is not prostitution. Being in a monogamous relationship with one man is not prostitution. Prostitution is when you have to find, and it is typically like this, unless you got one man, which it's still prostitution, because the only reason why you're giving this man sexual favors is for survival. You're not an empress. You cannot manifest without doing that to yourself. And it's a constant battle between the sanctified woman versus this woman that is a hoe. It's a constant battle, and it sucks. Because why? So this is the reason why if you are a woman business owner, you constantly got people that are trying to get all up in your business. Who she screwing? What she got going on in her personal life, right? And see, for me, I don't keep my personal life on youtube.com. It ain't nobody's business because I have stalkers. But that's the reason why they do that, because they want to know, do you actually have the ability to manifest? And then when they find out that you do factually have that ability to manifest, sis, that's when they get to energy harvesting. I want what she got. I want her power. That's why I was saying during that crown of success ritual that I did the other day, that when I had the doll, the poppet candle tied to Venus to do money work, that's how they doing with you. You couldn't figure out how to work with the energies around you to manifest to that point, because what happens is that it maxes out. They maxed out on that. A lot of them, they done went through everybody in the town and they got to move to a different town. They done went through everybody in their town. Now they got to move to a different town to find new fools to try to sell this diseased vagina to. When they could have just did it right from the beginning. They live in that karmic life. They'll try to sell that lifestyle to you as if it is freedom, or liberation and independence, but it's actually not. So that's why they so focused on business owners. I remember several years ago, when I was building Divine Services Apothecary, I had the hoes, they sent a pimp type, low level, lower vibrational, disgusting pimp type to me to try to shame me for being celibate. How the hell she making all this money and she's celibate? Was celibate for years until 2019, was celibate for years, and they could not figure this out. How can this woman earn all this money that she's showing to us, which was a mistake? I should have kept my damn business to myself. How's she making all this money and she's celibate? Because I know how to manifest. In fact, when you by yourself and you ain't really connected to because a lot of men, let me tell you something, women are, and it's shameful. They be all over your man Facebook, leaving hearts and comments and shit. And because they want what he got, right? They want his energy. They want him energetically. They all over the place. Why do those types of women need 20, 30, 40, 50 different men's energy? What the hell is wrong with you as a woman? So they be all over the place. That's why you got to watch your man, because they'll connect with your man energetically. And it's like, bitch, get gone. Bitch, be gone. It's disgusting. And part of the reason why is because that type of person, they are, it's not a succubus energy, it's a black hole. They don't know how to fill their chakras up. So it's like they got to have a lot of energy to feed them. They don't know how to deal with that situation. They don't want to listen when somebody tell them the truth. They go, what they do is they try to disintegrate the women that are not like that. And so they run around here, they displaying it all over they proud hoes. They proud hoes that lay down and have sex with men for money. It's sick when, as a woman, you should be powerful enough to not have to do that. That's why I got so many enemies on youtube.com, because I have never and will never have to do that. Why? Because I have faith. And they get mad that I have faith, I have trust, and I have power. They get mad at High Priestess Jamila because she don't have to do that. They get angry. Okay? They get really, really angry because they get angry at y'all too. You ain't got to do that. And it's like, well, why don't you go somewhere and figure it out, sis? Why don't you go somewhere and figure this out? Go somewhere and figure out where your power is. And a lot of what they'll settle on is either trying to steal or suppress your power as a woman. As a woman, you have the ability to be celibate your whole life. And that's how a lot of women end up getting compromised. That's why you got to get your man. That's why you got to push these holes. If you're going to have a man, you got to push holes like that, lower vibrational holes, off of your man. You know what I'm saying? If we could find the perfect man that's strong enough to say, hey, ho, get out of my face. But see, women like that, they tend to, how they get their attention is by giving them a false sense of ego. It's a false sense of ego that doesn't make any sense. It's so much money out here for everybody. Why would you need to do that? Because they got spirits on them. Them type of men and women got spirits on them. That's the problem. It's a spirit on them people. And instead of them listening to somebody like myself, they're trying to compete. There is no competition. So instead of them understanding and comprehending, they trying to make you look like you a hoe all the time. And when that no longer works, then they don't have nothing to speak of. You know, there's been queens that have ruled entire countries single with no husband. But hell, I want to I want to keep a man in my life, so I don't choose to be single. But why is it that you always got these lower vibrational weak women flocking around your dude, and they always have like it's some kind of they be bragging about that, and all they doing is tearing down these men. They don't know how to build up a man. They try to build him up with false crap. They don't know how to build up nobody. They just tearing everything down. Okay. That is one of the reasons why prostitution as well as polygamy is illegal. All that crap is illegal. They run around here encouraging polygamy and things of that nature that do nothing but tear everybody in the community down. They do. They do. The reason why your man think he got to have 11 different women is because some hoe with extreme powers of whoreism. Sorry if I'm breaking up, y'all. I gotta warm up my coffee. Extreme powers of whoreism. I wouldn't give them a dime. Before I started my company, I have a 20-year work history before I started my company. Not once in my life have I ever did any strange thing for a piece of change. And if I did have any kind of sexual liaison, it was for my pleasure. It was for pleasure. Pleasure only. Okay. It was never to pay a bill. It was never to pay a bill. It was never to survive. It was always for my pleasure. And they get angry at women that have that kind of power. And it's having that kind of power is not an insult to a man. That's a compliment to that man. So then they try to call us feminists. They try to say that we're feminists, especially if you're a business owner. If you are a successful business owner, they try to say we're an insult to a man. No, we're a compliment to a man. We're not an insult. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, and men have to understand when they are dealing with a goddess, a queen goddess versus this low vibrational demonic. I mean, I don't want to say demonic, but spiritually compromised woman. There is a difference. And I guess you can decide which one you're going to have respect for. But at the end of the day, what's the deal with them latching on to people in social media constantly? What's the deal with that? And then the first thing that a whole-minded person like that gonna do is they gonna try to insult the way a person looks. As if you're supposed to care about their opinion of the way you look. Right. I think people that are intelligent, I think that looks go way further than just somebody's aesthetics, facial features and all of that. I think it goes beyond that, the way a person looks. Goes beyond that. Okay. So, and them kind of lower vibrational, low level men, you have to banish those type of men. There's a lot of men that are like that. They go around, they can't make a connection with a woman. So what they do is they have to buy prostitutes, and they're constantly trying to, push that lifestyle. And I'm not down in anybody. I'm just saying that those two worlds don't mix. And I've had clients. I've had clients that are sex workers. So I'm not downing sex workers. Okay. In fact, I have opened up new pathways for sex workers before. So I'm not downing you. I'm just saying that stop comparing yourself and stop trying to tell people. You can't tell nobody nothing. You can't give nobody no advice. You need some damn advice your damn self. And a lot of them can't figure it out. They ran around circles around me. There was a time when my readings, and it's not necessary for my readings to get thousands of views. There was a time when that was happening and I was popping. But even without all those views, I'm still popping. Why? Why? It is because of my ability to manifest. So you know what they said? They said, we're going to try to steal your ability to manifest, which is impossible. You can't steal somebody's spirit. You can't steal somebody's spiritual power. The more and more time that we waste, and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I done seen some of these damn rituals they done did for all you empresses out there. Y'all just think about money and you get it. I done seen some of these damn, go look at that video that I did. Um, the Crown of Success ritual that I did. Go look at that ritual. You notice how I had the poppet candle tied and binded to money, right? Planetary money, the energy from Venus and Jupiter. Notice that. Child, they got rituals to where they got little chains tied to a person. I explained that in that video. And people like that are constantly causing delays in your life. Let me tell you something, and you already know it. You have been delayed, but not denied. And pretty soon there will be no more damn delays. So a lot of y'all that are dealing with that, a lot of y'all empresses right now, that's who I'm talking to. A lot of y'all have had this kind of energy harvesting going on. You've had people trying to curse you. You've had people trying to throw dirt at your damn name. You've had people ganging up on you. They may have delayed you, but they have not denied you. Okay, and actually, it's sad because you see them running around here in these damn groups, and y'all get it confused. But the only power that they have actually is the power of persuasion. But there's nothing manifesting. There's nothing manifest. They can't show you nothing. They can convince you, but then again, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, they can't show nothing. Not really. They can't show you their house. They can't show you their power. They can only talk, talk, talk. They can't show you the healing. They can only say, oh, this will heal, but then don't nobody actually become healed. So what's up with that? Why you keep saying you gonna heal somebody, but they still not healed? And if you are an authentic healer, I wouldn't be out here telling a bunch of people, because they're going to start targeting you when you say, I am a healer. That's why we say, I'm a witch. Come find out what it's about. They get mad when they see you actually healing people. They get angry at that because they don't have the ability to do that. Okay. So, and they are going to have to ascend or die. Step it up, raise the bar, or go. That's simply what they are being told. Now, I want to stay in this low place. I want to stay in this lower vibrational place. Well, then you're going to continue to get the same result. Because the only thing they focused on is trying to kick somebody else down. Healing is hard and painful. It can be painful sometimes to heal yourself. It can be scary. They don't want to go through the process. They don't want to go through that process. That's why you come over here. I got dirt. I got black salt dirt jars and damn ammonia jars. They so filthy and foul that we got to do ammonia jars. It's sick. It's sick. Why does the sick not want to heal? Because they have become codependent on the sickness. I don't sell sickness. I sell the cure. That's why they can't stand me, and I don't mind being hated. I don't mind being hated. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always got to stick to your guns. Stick with your spirits. They wanted you to be judged because they didn't want to be your friend. And it's time for women to step up their game. Instead of you sitting on the horn talking shit about somebody and how you gonna try to destroy them, why don't you get on that horn and try to figure out how to heal yourself? They wasting time. They've been wasting time for years, I've noticed. They traveling all over the damn country, all over the damn world, trying to find this magical herb that's going to bring down the truth. And the key and the secret lies within one of these planets that they don't really pay much attention to. They don't pay much attention to this one planet. I ain't gonna say which one it is. It's ridiculous. You know, they constantly trying to find a way to bring down the truth so that they can stay in their ugly lies. And it ain't nothing but a lie because they ain't healed. They still up to the same no good crap, lying to people. You know, you deal with one of them and you know, they'll tell you, oh, I've healed you. See, if you persuade somebody and you tell somebody that you healed them, but they're actually not healed, they're going to wake up one day and they are going to, you know, you'll wake up one day and you'll say, shit, I ain't healed. I'm sicker than ever. That's the problem, is that their persuasion, their ability to trick you and fool you was the only thing that they did. But then you woke up and realized, I'm not healed at all. And a lot of it is trying to figure out how to heal your gut. How do you heal the gut? Because the gut is what needs to be healed. You know why? Because if your gut isn't healed, you can't absorb nutrients. Now I know I'm kind of coughing a little bit, but there's a mineral that for some reason I wasn't able to absorb vitamin D3 the way that I was supposed to. And I don't even care why. But just recently I was able to all but heal my allergies just a little bit of sneezing. But if I hadn't have, you know, healed myself to the point where I could even absorb those nutrients, then it wouldn't have made a difference. I can sit up here and take, you know, cod liver oil or Creole oil or whatever, and the body will not absorb it. You know, or the food that you eat. Okay. The nutrients that's in the food that you eat. You know, if your gut is messed up and it's not able to absorb those nutrients, it don't matter what you eat. So, you know, that's a part of the issue, is healing the gut. And there is a process that we go through. First of all, you got to get rid of all that damn funky matter in your stomach. All that negativity and all that negative stuff that done turned into sand in your belly. It turns into sand in the belly. And last night, one of them, it was about around the witching hour, one of them showed up and was trying to do work on me, and all of a sudden my goddamn tooth started hurting. It ain't hurt no more. But it started out, I'm like, what the hell is this? So it, you know, it's a trip. And like, what else can we do but banish them, block them out? It ain't about destroying one life for another. It's about protecting your energy. It's about protecting your energy and making sure that you clear that stuff off of you. And yesterday it got so bad, I had to like anytime I got to pull out my ammonia, something ain't right. I had to yank out the ammonia, y'all. And y'all know that we, you know, and see, that's why I'm saying how I handle my cases is going to be totally different. You know, when I know y'all dealing with one of these types of women, I'm going to make sure that they send me that picture. I'm going to put this person in some damn ammonia. They got to go in an ammonia bath, clear that energy off of you. People don't realize, and then here's another thing. They don't know how to do spiritual cleanses, actually. I've been doing spiritual cleanses for years. They don't really know how to do spiritual cleanses. Instead of them actually cleansing the person and actually actually getting rid of the energy. What they're doing is they're trying to put the fucking energy off somebody on somebody else. That's not no cleanse, sis. A cleanse is a cleanse. A cleanse is when you take negative energy and you get rid of it. That's a cleanse. A cleanse is not taking that negative energy and putting it on someone else. So then they actually work in reverse. They actually work in reverse. And then they get the message from spirit, stop doing spiritual work on people. You can't do work for people. You don't even know how to get rid of bad energy without trying to push it on to somebody else. Even if you have an enemy that you can't stand, and which it's so ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous. But what a lot of them will do is they'll say, oh, well, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it, I've actually seen spiritualists that work that way. Every client that comes to me, I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to put it on my enemy, the person that I don't like. Guess what ends up happening? It comes back. You take another person's bad energy and spirits because you are not actually ordained to banish that bad spirit. You take that energy and you take all those, let's say you got 10 clients and you doing 10 cleanses on 10 clients. And you decide, I'm going to take every bad spirit from these clients because I don't really know, because you don't really know. You don't really know how to banish that spirit. You don't really know how to cleanse or transmute that energy. You really don't. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this on this person, and that person. Guess what's going to happen? That energy going to come back on you and your client. It's going to come back on you and your client. Everything that you tried to put on somebody, that's why I don't understand that. Like, I'm going to tell y'all what movie is going to give y'all the hint. And I've been saying this for years. Drag Me to Hell. Christine went to the wrong person. The guy that was advising her, her spiritual advisor, totally advised her wrong. That movie was probably one of the most realist and important spiritually the spiritual message was real because he told her okay, and it was two spiritualists in that movie that did the wrong thing. The first one was the lady that he took her to that charged her 10 grand. Why would you do a seance on a demon? You already knew you were dealing with a demon because you saw it pull a little boy down into hell. So why would you do a seance on a demon? First mistake. So she died. The second dude told her, go find somebody to transfer the curse to. So she's in a diner and she's like, who can I give this curse to? She looks at an old man sitting there by himself with an oxygen tank. She's thinking, I can send this to him. He ain't got much life anyway. So then she decides, I can't do this. Right? I can't do this. So she goes back to him and she's like, can't I just give it back to Sylvia Ganesh? Duh. Yeah, you can give it back to her, right? She goes, I swear to God, if stupid had a face, it would be the people in that movie. She goes to Sylvia Ganesh's gravesite to give her the curse back. Now, first of all, this woman was being poorly advised for months, for days, actually days. It took only days for that spirit to drag her to hell, right? She goes back to the grave to give her back the curse, but she gives her the wrong coin. and ends up getting drugged to hell anyway. So that lesson in that movie was calm your ass down. Okay. Calm, stay calm, keep calm. Because if she'd have been paying attention, she'd have checked that coin and realized that she gave her back the wrong coin. So you know, that movie is very symbolic of the mistake that a lot of people are making spiritually. And I see a lot of people, you know, dealing with bad spiritual situations, and instead of them handling the situation, they'll try to send it to Jamila. What you trying to send that to me for? That ain't my job. Every time they have an issue, they always come to Jamila. They don't come to pay me and be respectful. They try to just put stuff off on me. Okay. And these are people that I'm unfamiliar with, don't know, don't have no connection with. They ain't my client. They ain't my family. They ain't my friend. If y'all ain't seen that movie, Drag Me to Hell, y'all need to see that movie. It's like, to a spiritualist, you'll understand what I'm saying. To somebody that's ignorant, okay, to somebody that's ignorant, and you know, I've been talking to you guys about a lot of stuff about what we're dealing with. We're not just dealing with prostitutes and things like that. We're also dealing with drug addicts. Drug addicts. Hey, Stephanie, trying to sludge and slew their energy, them drug demons, off on other people. Nah, I ain't never in my life done drugs, marijuana. Why? Because I'm smart. People that did drugs that screwed up their life, they want people to believe that you did drugs. That's why one of them was over there trying to show a video of me when I was skinnier. Nah, I wasn't on drugs, hun. Or you out of your mind? Ain't never been on no drugs. Because they know that drug addicts are not respected. And you shouldn't be unless you get off of drugs. That's the dumbest thing ever, to get on drugs. That's dumb. But drug addicts want to convince everybody they smart because they out there hustling, you know, gone somewhere, you know. And so we got a lot of that going on. It's a lot more I could talk to y'all about, but I got to call a client back. I only had like an hour. If you're doing an authentic cleanse on a person, whether or not it's demons, ghosts, or, you know, phantasms, which is negative energy, you know, a phantasm can actually create, like negative energy can create a spirit. If you actually know how to get rid of that spirit, and then see, everybody ain't ordained. That's why you gotta stop trying to be other people. Okay. Some spiritualists are meant to see, you know, you may be able to do a love spell for somebody. You may be able to do a money spell for somebody, but you definitely not meant to cleanse nobody. Okay. You're not meant to do that. So then that's when they'll say, well, if my throat can't get rid of that spirit, then I'm going to try to steal somebody else's voice. And then that's when people start laughing at them. Seriously. It's dangerous. I've seen them. I've seen some of them that tried to be somebody that they're not, and they running around here demonic as ever, just done absorbed all those demonic spirits that didn't leave. They actually stayed with them because they wanted to, you know, be a high priestess, and they wasn't actually a high priestess. Right? That's why you need to know your own identity and know what you meant to do. Okay? That's a very, very serious and dangerous thing to try to go around cleansing people And, I've actually had spiritualists trying to steal my clients, trying to do spiritual cleanses on people, and they weren't meant to do a spiritual cleanse. And they are possessed more than ever. They are very, very possessed. It's sad. Where's that thing at? Okay. I don't know how I'm glad they sent me an extra one. Um, Drug addiction in its own is its own hell. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, well, congratulate. I'm not trying to, I know that there's some of y'all out there that used to. I've never done that. I've never done that. But once when you get off of it, and if you can stay drug free, then that's amazing. So I'm not dissing or downing anybody. I'm not. I'm just saying, there's some people with full-fledged addictions right now going around trying to use spirituality and trying to hustle in the spiritual field, and they just messing people up. That's why they get angry and they get mad when they see people with actual real clients that are showing them love. They get angry and they get mad, and it's sick. It's really, really sick. I'm telling y'all, some people are just stupid. I chalk it up to stupidity, is what I chalk it up to, because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I handle a lot of complicated cases. I do cleanses on people every year, but you can tell that these people are running around here trying to do cleanses on people. So mote it be. I had a candle flame flare up, and they ain't doing nothing but fucking them people up. And really, to be honest with you, a lot of those people are going to die. They may die because they went to the wrong person, and that makes the karma even worse. Mm-hmm. They get mad at you for telling the truth. I didn't set it up that way. It is what it is. And I am one of those high priestesses that can work things off of myself. I've always been able to, and I'm not talking about, they'll say, well, because it's a whole scheme and scam going on right now. But when it comes to negative spirits that may come to me, that may come to my body or try to enter my body, of course, a actual person that has the ability or the voice to banish demonic spirits or evil spirits, of course they can banish them off of themselves. Of course they can. And they was mad at me yesterday. I think somebody was mad at me yesterday. It just is every day. I'm going to say this to some of these spiritualists on here. If you are constantly focused on another spiritualist, then you need to get some help. You need to get some help for yourself. You constantly focus on somebody else. That video that I did yesterday, where I said the difference between being crossed versus being cursed. This person came and left a message. It's crossed, not crosses. And I'm like, duh, it was autocorrect on my phone. Like, you think I didn't know that? But see, that was one of the I guess they tried to say that trolling somebody was hoodoo or something. Y'all, I can't. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. I got somebody to follow up with. I'll catch y'all later. Okay. Blessings.